What is up, guys, gals, and all you awesome, amazing minion gamers of different shapes and sizes? It is me, Josh, aka Noir Proxy, bringing you some more Overwatch today, playing some Tracer. Now, this is obviously the poster child character. In a way, she's on the freaking front cover, and she's really awesome and so fun and so different, just like all the characters in Overwatch. I mean, one thing that's quite difficult to do in, say, like a multiplayer-focused game is to get all the characters feeling distinctly different. Like, even saying, like, Team Fortress, there's just something about them that doesn't feel separate, you know? But what Blizzard have been able to do is make every single character in Overwatch feel so perfectly different. I think maybe it's because they talk, because they actually have like a really outgoing personality, even if we're like really quiet and dark, you know? But Tracer is really outspoken. She's British as well. I mean, we gotta talk like this because she's really cool. She doesn't actually have a deep, gruff, burly voice like that, but she's still kind of along that line. You know, she's British, and so if she wanted to like drop her nuts, then she could sound like that if she really wanted to, because as we all know, we all have rescinded balls. But really good game, really fun, and interestingly enough, Tracer is probably one of the most difficult characters to get used to because of her ability set. So what she has, as you can see, is twin pistols. They're kind of like very automatic, so kind of like Uzis there, look, as you can see, look. Very weak. Now that is the main issue with her, is that her guns are actually very weak, and it's more about kind of like evading and being more of a distraction, so she's not about getting the kills. I mean, Overwatch kind of, you'd think it is all about getting the kills. It's one of those things where everyone has to contribute to that, and she can in some shape or form, but she's really weak in her health pool. She only has like 125 health, which is really unusual for one of these characters, and she only has like her little pistols and the ability to dash dodge and reverse, which is a very cool ability, which I'll talk about in a second. So, as just stated, she has a dash dodge, where basically she can jump into any kind of location, well, not location, but direction, should I say, with this like free-tiered dash, so she can go like left, right, forwards, or backwards for free goes, and then she has to wait for it to recharge. And it's really awesome, really useful, and it's one of these things where you can get people completely confused. You can like run through them, to be behind them, and if you're really to be able to like control yourself, you can actually turn around in the right moment and shoot them in the back. And it's one of those things where she has all of this utility to completely distract the enemy team, completely say if you have like an entire wave of enemies coming towards you, if you have a Tracer, you can make them all just be like firing every single direction. You can just freak them the fudge out, and it means that the rest of your team can then just gun them all down without having any issue. And Tracer is one of those people where it's kind of like she can be a sacrificial lamb in a way through her distractions, because she doesn't actually have to kill. She can pepper, she can kind of do that chip damage, but then also allow your own team to kind of like open up and just pwn constantly. Really like that. And it's one of those things too where she does actually have the ability to kind of hold her own sometimes, I guess. It's very difficult though. I find it very difficult to hold your own as Tracer because of the health issue. Very weak. She just can't handle solo situations very well, I guess. Or maybe two people. If there are two people going against you, you're probably generally screwed. A lot of the other characters have this ability where, or not, well, passive ability, I guess, where their own damage output and even health pool allows them to just take on any challenge if the player is skilled enough, while Tracer has to be very tactical. You have to be very skilled about her, especially with her reversibility. Now, this is really cool. So you may have noticed in a lot of the promotional trailers and even some of like the CGI cutscenes that they've been showing and stuff like that, is that Tracer is able to, in some shape or form, reverse time. I like this. I pose to be really badass, and then I just get killed by an ultimate. Which is really funny. But what Tracer is able to do is, if you end up pressing the R button, she can actually reverse time on herself and kind of undo her actions, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. Now, that doesn't mean that people that you've killed will be unkilled. It means that, say, if you fall off a cliff, and I do that a lot in this map, then you can actually reverse and come back to safety. Or say you end up going into a room and you're about to get murdered, you can press that, activates invulnerability, you do not die while going into reverse, and you actually kind of like float back into your original position, which is really awesome. And it's one of those things where you can kind of like scout. Again, she's very tactical and it's all about diversion, but she's also about scouting too. So she can go into a room. So if you've got like a bunch of friends who are all mic'd up and stuff, you can go into a room, you can scout, you can then press reverse, go out of the room, and then tell everyone where all the enemies are placed. Really awesome, really badass. And remember, you can actually mark in this game too, so it's one of those things where she could mark, reverse, get the fudge out of there, and you've got yourself the true scout. She is actually a scout without the baseball bat, which is awesome. Her final ability is... Now, I expected way more from her when it came to her final ability. Her ultimate is very lacking, where it's basically a bomb. She basically leaves a timed bomb in a room, and it kills people. But it's not as effective as I would have thought it would be. I mean, I've seen people get a few kills of it, but it's so situational. It's one of those things where you need everyone grouped up together, and you need to make sure that they're all either unknowing or they're all like rushing for cluster fudgage to actually have it do anything. It's so lacking in a way. Like, I tried to do it here, and it does stick. You may have noticed there that I did drop it on a tracer and it does stick, but it's so, like, all the other kind of like character abilities, especially with their ultimates, have the potential to kill a lot of people, but she just doesn't. It's just so, again, situational, and it just doesn't work as well as I would thought it would. Comment section below, though, let me know, what do you think to Tracer in Overwatch's kind of like ultimate ability? Do you think it actually does have some form of Omega Ponage to it? Or do you think maybe she could have done something different? Maybe like she could have slowed down like a section of an area or something, so then all of her team could benefit from that? Or maybe just her? I think that would have been kind of cool. Like, this is a thing where it was all time based, where it was one of these things where she could actually like take that advantage of her time slowing abilities. It's so not what she is about. It's like not part of her personality like all the other abilities of all the other characters. Like, everyone has like an ultimate that kind of goes with them, but Tracer's is kind of, it just doesn't. It's so unusual, it's so weird. But, as mentioned, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think to Tracer? I would love to know. It's been me, Josh, aka Noir Proxy, bringing you some Overwatch gameplay today, and it's awesome. I love Overwatch to death. It's really good. We're seeing amazing multiplayer-only games coming out, and they're so focused on their polish that I am so excited for the future. So excited for the future. Black Ops 3, Battleborn, Overwatch, even Doom. So many amazing multiplayer-focused games, and they're all for us. So I'll see you all next time. Overwatch, baby. Check it out. Ciao for now.
Play of the game.